All right, we have to continue this saga here. It is the Love Lost and Found with our intern that I call Chocolate Rain. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Fantastic.
Every time.
All right, so for those that didn't hear this a couple of days ago, you let a golden opportunity, man. The chemistry was there, the dancing was right, and you let it slip away. Tell them what happened.
Yes, I mean, just to keep it short, I was dancing with my school's salsa club. I was dancing some bachata with this girl. It was a great dance. We just kind of meshed really well together. But I didn't get any of her information afterwards. But I was like, kicking myself because I let it go.
How exactly did the dance end? What did you say before she just walked away from you?
I said, do you have any feedback for me? Like, as a dance, like, how was that?
Do you have any feedback for me?
That's not it.
Is this the kind of atmosphere where you do that, where you dance and then you say, hey, how do I do? Or is that just...
I mean, like, I treat it like that kind of atmosphere. It's just like...
Is it a class?
No, it's not a class.
So it was a party, man.
It kind of feels like the audible version of when a barista flips over the iPad and they're like, it's just going to ask you a quick question right here.
Yeah, take this quick survey for me before you walk away.
In any other club atmosphere, you'd be like, what? Like, let's say in the middle of like a club and you're dancing with somebody. It's 12:30 at night. You're buzz, she's buzz, and you're about to go and get another drink. But before you leave, you're like, hey, how did I do? Sounds ridiculous.
Give me a recommendation for the next
What's the matter
dance.
with you, dude? You choked. You totally choked.
Yes, sir.
You did. You choked. Okay? You had that opportunity and you let it slip. But you did have this amazing chemistry, and then you came on here, and what did you detail for us? You gave us some details on what she looked like.
Yeah, at the time, I did not know what she looked like. All I knew was that she had red lipstick on. I couldn't remember what she was wearing. I knew she had some combination of white and
Did you
black
look
on.
at her?
And his eyes were down the whole time.
I danced with her, but at the time I had no idea what she looked like. She was a human woman, I think, with clothes on.
Yes, that's exactly what I knew at that time.
This will work.
So where did this picture come? Because we had a picture that we shared online of you dancing with her, and it was the back of your head looking down, and it was her looking wantingly into your eyes like, hey, please look up. And so we got a picture of it. So who took that?
There was actually a photographer at the event, which I knew this, but I didn't really consider it until somebody was like, yo, they sent me a picture, and they were like, hey, I look so dumb in this picture. And I was like, wait, there was a photographer. So I looked through to see if she was in there.
Oh, so it was just like, so it was just a whole bunch of different pictures.
Yeah.
And one of them happened to be you dancing with her, your back to the camera, but a full, we can tell what she looks like.
Exactly.
Okay. So we posted this thing online and we didn't have any luck at all. However, DJ Baby Drew, who does a shift here on Q99.7, and he's great. His music mixes are fantastic on the radio, and he's a club DJ all around Atlanta. He's one of the top in Atlanta, right? He heard us talking about it, and he's like, dude, I know everybody in town. Go ahead and send me that picture, and I bet you I could track her down. So I sent him the picture, and he starts making a call to all of his club friends, and he works a lot of these kind of clubs also, these Latin kind of clubs. Mm-hmm. So 24 hours later, dude, I get a message from him on Instagram, and he's like, found her.
What?
And he's like, give me a little bit more time, and I think I can do some more recon, and I might even be able to get her phone number. And I'm like, dude, come on, man, really?
Okay.
So he hits me back 24 hours later, and it just has her phone number. He found her.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Well done,
Yeah.
bro.
Now, there was some controversy. He was having a tough time locating her because a while back, not because she knew that we were looking for her, she, for whatever reason, had deleted her Instagram and she changed her phone number. I don't know what the story is. Doesn't have anything to do with us, but it was extremely hard for him to find. But he called all of his friends and they matched up pictures and stuff like that. And the entire DJ community came together and we found Lucy's phone number. We got it.
If if you guys end up together, this is like the sweetest story of all time. Like all the stops pulled out to find her. And if she doesn't remember you, this is the creepiest story of all time, that some random dude got the entire Atlanta DJ community looking for her, as well as a radio
Yep.
show's audience to find her.
Especially since you didn't know what she looked like.
All right. So I think because DJ Baby Drew worked his butt off for this, we have spent an enormous amount of real estate on the Bert Show looking for her. I think that you owe it to him and you owe it to us to at least call her this weekend and then come in on Monday and tell us about the conversation.
Ew, don't call her, text her. Nobody
Whatever you want.
calls.
Whatever the kids do.
You don't look excited.
I don't feel excited.
Ethan, you wanted this.
Okay, no.
Yes.
We found you, Mrs. Chocolate Rain.
I mean, see, this is it. You got to have some attitude here, man. Mo, teach him some attitude.
You got to have some confidence in yourself, brother. All right, get your swag up. This is what you wanted. Now you're here. This is the moment. Reach out. You got nothing to lose.
Abby, if you're on the opposite end of this, okay, let's put you're Lucy now.
Yes.
And you find out all this and you get the text or call or whatever. Go ahead.
Here's my advice to you. You got to call out the elephant in the room because Cassie's right. Like, she's either going to feel like Salsa Cinderella or victim number one. So I think you need to call out the fact that you know that this could come off a little creepy and just say, hey, I know this is crazy, but I just really felt like we had great chemistry. Totally understand if I'm crossing a boundary here, but would love to take you out for coffee and to get to know you better. That's a very human, empathetic, normal person response. Don't give her some paragraph. Don't send her some weird line of emojis. Just say, I know this is kind of wild, but I'm just going out on a limb. I think we should get to know each other.
How about this? Look, I got your phone number and I wasn't happy with the score you gave me.
Yeah, we need a redo.
Right.
Let's run it back.
Let's send a text that sounds like a threat from an unknown number.
So are you willing to, you got to shoot your shot, man.
I guess.
No.
Man.
What is the hesitation? When you think about sending this text, what is holding you back from pressing send?
Because I don't want to come off as a creep.
Okay, but
It's too late
It's
for
too late,
that.
bro.
We've already done
You're on national radio looking for this girl. We crossed that line.
We've already done the creeping for you, dude. It's too late for that.
Chocolate Rain, are you a creep? Yes or no?
No.
Then you're not going to come off creepy.
There you go. Yep.
Look.
Just be yourself.
You can be polite, you can ask, and then if she says no, then that's that. But the greatest rewards come after you take the greatest risks.
Ooh, there it is.
Facts.
All right, what's
Yes.
up, Mo? What's on the other side of fear?
Nothing.
Nothing.
There's nothing
bro.
there.
Nothing.
I mean, rejection probably in this case.
Yeah, you're probably going to think about it every night before you go to bed for the next 10 years. But hey,
Been rejected many a times. It's overrated.
And then
Don't
you're
worry
never
about
going
it.
to go
You'll be
back to
fine.
this class ever again because for fear of seeing her. But Abby, will you do this? Will you be his texting caddy?
yes.
So you can give him some help, give him the attitude he needs for that first text. Then he's on his own.
I'm going to hype you up. We're going to do a texting tutor when actual texting tutor is playing, and we are going to make this happen.
All right. Go get your girl,
Come
man.
on,
Have some-
Send the text, man. Get your
Yes.
confidence up.
Here's the thing. Even if nothing comes of this I think is a good practice for you to put yourself outside of your comfort zone, because growth happens outside your comfort zone. So the more you step outside of what you're comfortable with, the more you'll grow as a person. And also rejection exposure is a thing too, where guys and girls will literally get rejected on purpose so that they don't feel a certain way when they do get rejected. So go ahead and do it. What have you got to lose?
All right.
Okay, I hear you, and I'm so with you, but I feel very different.
Oh, God.
What can we do,
This is
man?
I
not
don't
the kind
know.
of energy.
Look,
Ethan,
you got the number. Either take it or don't. All right. But with this attitude, you're not getting nowhere, bro.
That's a fact.
No, nowhere. All right.
Okay.
There
Fix
you go.
your shoulders.
There you go. All right. I just asked Chocolate Rain to come back down here. This has been on my mind since he's been on a couple of minutes ago. Hey, man. So, grab a mic. We're going to have a real moment here for a second.
whoa.
Yeah. So, a couple of minutes ago, if you haven't been following this whole saga over the last couple of days, our intern here is really, really, really great guy, was dancing at Georgia Tech.
Yes.
Yeah, and it wasn't a lesson. It's what exactly is that night? Like salsa night?
Bachata night.
But,
Yeah, it was a salsa social through my club, but
Okay.
yeah.
So he goes there and he's dancing with this girl, and they've got this great chemistry, right? And as happens at the end of the dance, right, he could have taken his shot because he was feeling this really, really great chemistry. Didn't have any idea who she was. Asked her, well, how did I do? And that was it, right? But we had a picture of her that a DJ here at the radio station did some research, and this dude, DJ Baby Drew, knows everybody in town. So we had this picture, and he tracked her down. So to make a long story short, if you weren't listening a couple of minutes ago, we found her and we have her phone number. So we brought Chocolate Rain back on a couple of minutes ago, and I've been I don't know why it's in my head. It is so in my head, and I hate pushing my agenda on people, but lightly I said, this is your homework assignment. You got to at least call her and or text her or whatever and reach out to her. And you were so reluctant to do it. And for whatever reason, the missed opportunities for me, they hurt, man. They really, really hurt. And bring Tommy in here also for a second. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going with this, but I know that it's been bothering me since you came on the radio, because I feel like there's more than just you talking or texting this girl on the line. What I have learned in my years is that the biggest regrets I have are letting opportunities pass and wondering, like, what would have happened had I just overcome my fear and the rejection to get where I wanted to go. And when I look back at it, I'm like, there really was nothing on the line except a couple of minutes of rejection. It hurts my ego a little bit. But I did that time and time again. And I see you doing this with this opportunity. And I think there's a real chance here for you to improve your self-esteem just by trying. Tommy was telling us that he almost didn't hire you here because of sort of your lack of confidence, and whatever happened between that first interview and second interview changed his mind.
Yeah, the first time we talked, one of the questions I always ask the intern, the potential interns, is tell me a story. Because I took an interviewing class when I was at NC State, and that was by far the most valuable class I ever took. And one of the questions that came out of that is, you may be asked, tell me a story. And Ethan could not tell a story to save his life the first time I talked to him. I don't know if you were having a bad day or what, but as soon as you started talking, I knew, this isn't going to work. And I feel really bad because it's rare that I turn somebody down. But
that's how bad he was.
You know how bad you got to be for us not to offer you a free job.
Kick a guy while he's down.
It was terrible. But let me tell you, he came back again, and one thing I love is persistence.
Right.
And that's what you need here. And you were persistent. You came back and knocked it out of the park. It was like I was talking to a totally different person. I don't know if he grew that much in a year or if it was just a bad day situation, but it was night and day. And I told Bert a few minutes ago, I'm going to miss you being here.
Aww.
I mean, I can't tell you how proud I am.
Because you're getting fired if you don't make this call.
To see the growth.
Just kidding. It's internship.
But Bert is right. You're young, but you're going to regret it. And you got to look at things in a positive light. You may be at the Bert show because this was the vehicle that got you to her. I mean, I was shocked that you danced with somebody because I know how shy you are, and the fact that you danced with her, you've already jumped that hurdle, and you've got the Bert show reaching out trying to find this girl. Maybe you didn't get her number there, but maybe the stars are aligning, put you here to meet this girl. What if she is the future Mrs. Chocolate Rain?
But maybe she's not. And who cares? But the confidence that you build by just reaching out will get you to the Miss Chocolate Rain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What's the worst thing that can happen?
That's the key.
And I don't want to dismiss that it appears that you're a shy guy. And it must be very, very difficult to reach out and take chances when you're shy. So it is a challenge for you, but I think the only way to get over that is to continually try to build your self-esteem. The result of her either hitting you back or not hitting you back is in inconsequential. The building blocks of this ego and self-esteem are built just by trying.
Dude, you've already jumped one of the biggest hurdles in a relationship, having to dance in front of that other person.
Right.
And you dance.
It's not as hard for us,
What's the
Tommy.
club again? What's it?
Oh, it's salsa.
You dance a salsa.
Right.
That's not an easy dance.
Like I can tell you, even like kind of shriveling up that we're even talking about it right now, man. And I don't want to put you in an uncomfortable situation. I would just really like for this to be more than an internship about radio. And I think we have that opportunity.
I think I saw a quote the other day that said, whatever that thing is that you're afraid of is literally the thing that will change everything. And I feel like it's like Bert said, it's really inconsequential what happens, but it does set the tone for the way you're going to handle these types of things in the future. And I think if you start to practice that now, and I'm completely with Bert as far as the regrets, I don't regret any time I ever got rejected. I don't even remember the times I got rejected, but I do remember the times when I didn't shoot, and I now have to wonder what would have happened if I did. Those are the worst. Getting rejected is not the worst. So I feel like this moment is a moment that you have to set yourself up for the future. Because like I always say, once you become comfortable being uncomfortable, you become unstoppable.
Look at this dude now. I mean, he's going to be singing the national anthem. There's never sang before in front of 3,000 people come Saturday afternoon. And the only way I'm guessing that you got to the coolness, which is really annoying to me, and he's not nervous about it at all, is by going through these and getting over fear.
Absolutely.
3,000. It's going to be over 6,000.
6,000.
Yeah, I mean, the time that I had to rap in front of 20,000 at the Pepsi Center, I didn't want to do it. I was terrified, but that led to everything that came after that. The first time I had to get on stage to do comedy, it was probably in front of 20 people, but it was the most scared I've ever been in my life. And then now it's gotten me to where I am now. So all of those moments of where you're afraid, that's what I want to inspire people. Like, there's nothing on the other side of fear, bro. You just do it. And once you do it, it becomes easier and easier and easier to continue to do it every time.
Yeah, and the price of regret is something I had to learn the hard way. So much so that, I mean, literally a month ago, I flew to London just so I would not have regrets. And of course, I struck out big. It didn't end well at all. But for me, I remember when I was about your age, I had this fat crush on a guy I went to high school with. And I had an opportunity to make a move on him when I happened to be in his city. And we got in touch and we had a back and forth, and he invited me out to a bar. And I never went to that bar because in my mind, I was like, he's dating models. He always dated the hot girls in high school. Like, he's going to laugh in my face. And because of that fear, I did not take that chance. And I have to tell you, I think about that at least once a week. I think once a week about why did I let my fear and my insecurities get in the way, because I genuinely have a little bit of pain every single week thinking of why did I talk myself down from an opportunity? So I think you need to take the results out of it, of like, this could be Mrs. Chocolate Rain, or this could be my next girlfriend, because I know you got to pay $1,000 to your friend if you end up with a girlfriend anyway. So take that out of it and just take the thought of, I don't want to have regrets, and I don't want to have to think what if for the next 7 years, because I'm telling you, it lives with me.
Yeah, Ethan, I think all of us, nobody here wants you to force you to do anything you don't want to do. But I think all of us see you maybe walking down a path that we've walked down at some point and we regret, and we care about you and we want to help you. But let me ask you, is it insecurity, or is there something else that's holding you back from making this move? Because if it's not just you feeling insecure or shy and it's something else, well, that's a different story. But I want to make sure we're on the right track and not, putting you in an uncomfortable position in terms of this is not what you want.
Cassie's also going to tell you that if you don't text this girl, that it's going to affect global warming.
It'd probably be good for the environment.
No, seriously, what is it?
Part of it is an insecurity thing for sure, and then I think for me it's like, worst case scenario, if this girl does go to my school, I feel like, the Hispanic community is very small at my school, so everybody knows each other, but then there are a lot of Hispanic people who know the black people, and I'm just like,
Oh no, you asked a girl, like, what are they going to say? Like, honestly, let's play it out. What are they going to say? That you salsa danced and had a great time with a girl and then you asked her out? Why is that bad? In fact, if I heard that you moved heaven and earth to find her number after one night, one, I want to date her, but I also want to date you, because those are the lengths that you go to find a partner. Like, there's nothing embarrassing about liking somebody or even just thinking someone's cute.
You just got to own it, because all I see here is a guy who got into a top university in the United States, got to kick butt internship for one of the biggest radio shows in the country.
Oh, what was it like working for Elvis Duran?
It was actually really great. And went to a salsa night.
Yes, you dance. Are you kidding me?
Most guys are not putting themselves out in that way. You saw a girl, you saw what you wanted, and you're like, I need to find this girl. I will talk about her on the radio. You've already done the hard part. You've done the vulnerable thing and put yourself out there. Now we've found her. So give the people what they want, Ethan.
Here is Eli. We don't even know. He's got some advice for you. Hey, Eli.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. Thank you for calling. What you got?
So I want to give some advice because I share a similar story and I'll kind of preface this. I'm not married to my wife because of this. But back 17 years ago, didn't really have social media or even have the help that they're giving you to even find the person. So I met my wife at Royal Peacock, had a great dance, and that was it. And so couldn't find her anymore. Kind of forgot about the situation. Fast forward a year, I met her at Myrtle Beach, of all places, at Bike Week. And so since then, we were hip to hip and eventually got married, and I got 3 beautiful daughters now. And so I would say that, yes, being shy, that was my fault in terms of even taking advantage. But the universe being you have this supporting cast, putting this information, the information is there for you now to just give it a shot. There's nothing wrong with giving it a shot.
Appreciate you calling, man. All right. That said, I'm going to give you the number. I'm going to write it down here. Do with it what you want. Then we're going to come back on Monday and talk about it. Okay?
Okay.
Go do your thing, man.
The Bert Show.